What is the deal, y'all? This is your boy Gamer27, and welcome back to the Real Talk with the Real Gamer Show. We are a little bit short tonight. There's only 4 of us, but we still going to have fun. It's not much gaming topics up today, but in the Nintendo world, it's a lot of stuff that's going on. Crazy stuff, like Jesus Christ, people getting robbed over Pokemon Go, people driving off cliffs, fucking hurting themselves, crashing in the trees over a damn cell phone game. Like, damn, talking about the madness, it's freaking spreading, man. And I guess another thing I want to talk about Nintendo has been, been a few videos this week about should Nintendo go third party and all that. And we're gonna give our thoughts, our views about it on what we feel Nintendo should do with their company in the future. And yes, honestly, that's part why I got a few dislikes in this video, because people saw that when I put in there, should Nintendo go third party? It's a question.
I didn't
say Nintendo should go third party, so people are already getting pissed off. But like I said, we're going to discuss that.
It's because they know you like Sega, and Sega went third party.
But I guess we might talk a little bit about Microsoft. I did put that in the title. They're going to skip Gamescom. But it's really not much to talk about with Microsoft this week. It's not really much gaming topics, but we're still gonna talk about some stuff. We're gonna have fun, and at the end of this podcast, we're going to answer some questions. I got some questions in the chat. So let's go and get our introductions out the way. Start with you, Alex.
What's going on, people? Active Sin here. It's good to be back on Real Talk with the Real Gamer. I was away last week, but we're back. Nintendo's on top again. Pokemon Go is life, baby. Pokemon Go is life. Let's go.
All right. Man, I like this new computer, man. I got a new computer. Like, everything is freaking smooth. Like, the other one I had, it was like a delay with everything that I do, man. So, yes, I'm glad. I'm ready. Just gonna go with you, Senator Tar. Do your intro.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Senator Tar Heel here. Just glad to do another podcast.
Already. All right, let's go with you, Mr. Team Everything, a.k.a. George.
What's up, everybody? It's Team Everything here. Man, I'm excited for all the news and topics that we're going to be talking about today. I hope you guys all enjoyed the cast.
All right, appreciate you, man. All right, last but not least, going to go with you, Mr. No, that's it. That's only.
That's it.
Yes, you already did it.
You're gonna say Mr. Nick. You're gonna introduce Squidward.
I see 4 of us, but the last one I was like, okay, who's this? Oh, that's me. It says you. But anyway, yeah, of course, if y'all been on my channel these past few days, I told you I'm gonna redirect my channel. I won't say I'm not gonna redirect as where I'm gonna do mostly retro stuff, but I'm going to do a lot more. And I got a positive reception, positive feedback about that stuff. There's a lot of retro hits out there. There's a lot of people that love the Dreamcasts, to the GameCubes, and Nintendo 64, to Atari Jaguars, and the NES, SNES, the Sega Genesis. Like, there's a lot of people that love retro games. So I'm gonna do a lot more of that. And this Sunday, I'm going to surprise y'all again. It's called Retro Sunday, so just stay tuned on my channel. I'm going to do Retro Sundays every week, and I will surprise y'all with something. So, let's go ahead and talk about some Pokemon Go. I don't really know much about it because I've been busy playing, my GameCube, been busy playing my Dreamcast. I really, and I've been working a lot of hours a week. I've been working 10 hours, 10-hour days or so a week. So I'm kind of, I hadn't been in the gaming world as much. So that's why I'm going to have Alex to explain how this Pokemon Go works, because I'm still kind of lost. And there's a lot of stuff that's been going on with people getting robbed and stuff. And it was an attempted murder, and people dropping off cliffs. Hidden trees, like damn, is Pokemon Go this damn addictive? Like, damn,
it really is.
It's epidemic.
They saying that Nintendo is generating $3 million a day in North America, and I believe that this game has launched in UK and somewhere else. I believe
just the U.S., Australia, and the UK.
So basically, it's not even global yet.
Not
It's just
yet.
a
It's not
currency.
even here in Canada yet.
Yeah, and it's surpassed everybody. It surpassed Candy Crush and what's been on top for years. And all of a sudden, Nintendo, they just came in the mobile market and just dominated. That just tells you how powerful their IP
Power of their
is.
IPs, man.
And that's going to lead us to our next, maybe either next or last discussion about should they go third party, in which people got salty and started disliking this video without us even explaining, about that matter. So Alex, go ahead and explain to us about how this Pokemon Go works, because I'm still kind of lost.
All right. Well, if you live under a rock like Mr. Real Gamer here, Pokemon Go launched recently. It's Nintendo's real first game, not really an app, because Miitomo was more of an app and it fizzled out after like a week. No one really cared anymore. But Pokemon Go is really cool, especially like it's for old school Pokemon fans like myself. I grew up on Pokemon, but I've kind of fallen off the mainline games. And now they bring it on my cell phone, and it's like bringing Pokemon to real life. It's really cool. It's brought me back into the franchise. It's pretty interesting. Essentially, it uses your GPS, and it also uses AR technology, so you'll actually see the Pokemon on your screen, but it'll be wherever you're standing. Like if you're in the field or whatever, the Pokemon will appear. You'll see the field on the back of your screen, and there'll be a Pokemon there in front of you, and you catch it with a Pokeball, and you can get potions and lures, and I think you can upgrade the Pokeballs too for stronger guys. And you can level up, and the higher level you get, the more rare Pokemon you find. And you can have Pokemon battles at Pokemon gyms.
Mm-hmm.
And there are 3 teams, which are Team Valor, Team Mystic, and Team Instinct. I'm on Team Instinct, so if you're on any other team, you're trash. But if you essentially take over gyms based on your teams, and it's pretty cool. The battle system's kind of weird, so it's not turn-based like a normal Pokemon game. It's all real-time, so you just tap on the screen to fight each other, and you just can swipe left and right to move out of the way. Other than that, there's not too much to it. It's just like super addicting walking around and finding Pokemon. Oh, there's also these things called Pokemon stops, which are like landmarks around your town, and you go to them, and that's where you can get free Pokeballs and potions. So it actually really encourages you to actually go out, or like walk around, meet people, find these Pokestops, and just like have fun catching Pokemon. It's pretty much what you would have imagined as a child of what Pokemon is, being a Pokemon trainer, just like walking around and like catching Pokemon. This is like the closest thing we'll really ever get. So it's like it's taken the world by storm. Everybody loves it. Like everyone who plays it loves it, and everyone who hates on it really just hasn't played it. And they just have a dead heart, I guess. It's just amazing. They nailed it with this game, and they're going to be adding Pokemon trading in the next update. So currently you cannot trade your Pokemon with your friends, but that is coming, so that's going to add another layer, and they'll probably add more Pokemon later. So yeah, it's quite cool. I play it like every day, not that much because it really kills your battery, but yeah, they did a really good job. Much better than Miitomo, that's for sure.
Yeah, Miitomo's pretty much dead. I downloaded it a while ago and I just uninstalled it because what's the point? Like,
yeah, Miitomo has no substance at all.
Yeah, but okay. That sounds interesting. I hadn't played a Pokemon game. Shit, fucking. When did Pokemon Red and Blue came out? That's the last time that I played.
That's like 20 years ago.
I was like in middle school.
Yeah.
Damn, it's been a while, dude. So don't get me wrong, Pokemon can be a fun, interesting game in which it still is. I just grew up from it. That's all I can say. I just grew up from it, but it doesn't mean that I'm not gonna try out this Pokemon Go because it does look interesting. It seems like Nintendo's on top of the gaming world again, and the Pokemon what's the new one that's coming out on 3DS this year?
Sun and Moon.
Yeah, Sun and Moon supposed to be coming out. So y'all know when they come out, it sells like hotcakes. They always got their midnight release, and people they go crazy over their Pokemons, man. It's like I said, I just hadn't been into it because, of course, I'm grown, and even a lot of grown people play. I don't want to use that as an excuse. It's just
Pokemon. Everybody loves Pokemon.
I personally grew up from it. That's basically all I'm saying. But I might give it a shot. But if you said it's pretty good and everybody else has said it's pretty good, and they got 14, 15 million users per day, then maybe I ought to try it. I downloaded it, but I haven't played it yet.
Yeah, it's quite fun. Like, especially when you walk, you meet someone like outside that's also playing Pokemon Go. You just like have this instant connection with this person. It's like, oh, you must have grew up with Pokemon too. That means you had a good
Okay,
childhood.
okay. The deal with that is you can meet interesting people, but with all these news that's been coming out all this week, like there's been a whole bunch of weirdos out here.
Well, yeah, you have to be on alert. Like, if you walk into it, like if you play Pokemon Go at night, that's a little dangerous.
Yeah, that's
Especially if you're by
foolish.
yourself.
I think that's just stupid. You basically gotta use your common sense. You know the crime
Yeah,
rate.
like you don't want to go off into a dark area where you see a guy like hiding around there. Like, that's not safe.
Stab you, and shoot you or something.
Yeah, like it's better to play it in the day. Most of the areas, at least where I've been to on the game, they're like known landmark places, like big places. Like, so it's not really a huge problem. I don't know, maybe at least that's where I am. I haven't run into any issues like that. I haven't had to go into some shady areas. Like, everywhere I've gone has been like parks and like larger buildings and stuff like that. So it's not really been an
You
issue.
go to like big public places with a lot of
Yeah,
people.
very public places. That's where most of the Pokestops are. I'm sure there are some Pokemon in darker alleys or whatever, but like you could always just not go to those.
They setting them up for failure, ain't they? Ah, damn. Okay, has anybody else been on the Pokemon Go besides Alex? Anybody else?
Nope.
Anybody else? Okay.
I played it.
Well, what do you think about it?
Okay, I played it twice.
Oh,
And
that's it. What's your reaction though? What's your reaction about it?
Well, my first reaction was that it was cool. It was a neat project for Nintendo. It's really their first large mobile game. Because Miitomo to me, it wasn't. I didn't really like it. You know.
Yeah, Miitomo is just an app.
Miitomo, it was successful. It was successful, but it just died off. You know, almost like almost any other regular mobile game. But with Pokemon Go, I think that it has some special twist to it, in which it will continue having success. Now, it won't be like the same rate of success that it was when it launched, but I don't think it's going to decline a lot, just like Miitomo did.
It's Pokemon.
But-
That's what's not going to decline.
Yeah, the difference is like they have so many more characters to work with Pokemon. Where Miitomo is just like you build your character and take some photos. Like, that gets boring really quickly.
Yeah.
Really quick.
And then with the overall game, like I said, it's a unique concept, but it's not really for me because I'm a console gamer. So, you know, I like the concept. It's probably, I guess, one of the best mobile games, at least the most unique mobile games that they also put thought into original concept versus just rehashing already known game mechanics like Angry Birds. You know, there's 50 versions of that. Like Temple Run, there's 50 versions of that. Subway Surfers, 50 versions of that. So they actually tried something new, and that's why I give them props for.
Yeah, like Nintendo could easily make a Mario Temple Run,
They can
and
easily
it
do
would make them so much money.
Yeah, just
They got the IPs to be on top of the world. It's just they doing a lot of questionable things about it, man. That's why a lot of people are getting upset with Miyamoto because of his decisions with these IPs, his decisions with Star Fox, decisions with Animal Crossing, and Kirby, and a lot of this stuff. The Paper Mario's, like a lot of people is pissed. They pretty pissed off. A lot of Nintendo fans are pissed because
It looks
they
like
are-
they're taking mobile fairly seriously, though.
Yeah, that's where it's at.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's good that they're taking it serious, but they got to remember they got to come back home to the console gamers. Like a lot of the fans are still on the console, even though it's declining. But hopefully, this will basically, actually is generating millions. So I'm pretty sure it's gonna generate billions pretty soon. So hopefully, this will actually help Nintendo actually generate more IPs, more games. You know what I'm saying? Just It's a good thing. It's a good positive Nintendo news. But like I say, will this help the console? That's all I'm saying.
And I just want to address something in the chat. Ruby, Sakurai, we're not picking on Miyamoto. The things he is doing right now is not in tune with what gamers want, and it's a problem. It's making their games less quality, and people aren't enjoying them because he's forcing things in that nobody asks for. And
like Star
he's
Fox.
unwilling, exactly, like Star Fox. Like he's unwilling to even give the option for people to not use his controls. Like it's not consumer friendly. It's a problem. So of course we're gonna mention it because he himself is causing troubles with his franchises. It's not good for business.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
a lot of
that's
people.
what he's saying.
Some people probably have some people probably want him to, resign. This trend continues.
I'm not going that far, but here's the thing: Nintendo's only making 10% of the revenue off of Pokemon Go. If you guys know that. So
Yeah.
yeah, but that's not including their stake in the Pokemon company. They have a 33% stake in the Pokemon company. So they're the Pokemon company's largest stakeholder. So they're probably going to end up, making around 20%, 25% if
They're
you
still
count the
gonna make a
Pokemon
huge chunk of
company's
money out
stake.
of this.
Yeah.
Huge chunk. And their stocks grew 20%. It's the highest it's been since the 80s. So
Yeah.
all from one
That's
fucking
good.
They
thing
added
is crazy.
12.5 billion to their market cap. So now they're worth over 30 billion.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
This one, like, just take this into perspective. This one game has completely reversed all the damage the Wii U did to them.
Yep.
Not quite.
No one
Not
sweep the
quite.
Wii U under the rug.
Because with the Wii, their stock was valued at $78 per share, and they
you know
were
what I mean?
valued
Like the
at
Wii U tanked
72
them for a
billion.
while. Yeah.
72 billion. Yes, their stock is up for a while. Over 20%, the most since the Wii, after the Wii was selling.
The highest since the last 5 years.
Yeah, but their stock has took a huge dip. It's $30 per share. It used to be almost 78, so they lost
At their highest
almost.
point, yeah. But like the Wii U hurt them a lot, and this one app is pretty much fixed that.
That's a redemption was from the app game.
Crazy. It's crazy. Just from
Yep,
one
what
game.
Nintendo does, all they gotta do is bring out a really good 3D Mario game, which people been asking for years, and boom, it's gonna sell 3 million the first week.
That's the thing that's so frustrating, because you can see how much potential their IPs have, and then they're underutilized, and then Pokemon Go comes out, it's just like, holy shit, they could have been doing stuff like this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, just for instance, Zelda had the highest freaking reaction that this
Zelda killed it at E3.
everybody.
It was the best game there.
Easily.
People was waiting for hours to play that demo.
Hours in line.
I loved it.
Like E3 opened at 10. If you weren't in line by 10:15, you didn't get to play the game. That's
a lot of people were camping outside.
Absolutely.
Zelda comes out every 5 years, so like we won't get another Zelda game. What? This come out in 2017, so 2022 or 2023 is when the next entry come in. So yeah, that's why it had a really high reaction, because they've been waiting since Skyward Sword. That's been since what, 2011?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, the game has been delayed multiple times. It was supposed to come out last year. So people
it's been delayed so many times.
The game's ready. They just delayed it for the NX.
Yeah,
that's the Wii U version. Who gives a shit about that version? We want the NX version.
Yeah. That's the main reason.
That's to make a break.
Like, we already know they crippled the Wii U version. They took out all the gamepad stuff, and the NX version is the favored version now. So if you get the Wii U version, you're getting the shit version. Don't even fucking bother with it.
That's basically what they're doing. They tell everybody buy an NX.
Yeah.
Exactly, because when the NX drops, the Wii U is going to be well forgotten. They're going to be, like I said, swept under the rug.
Yeah, it got swept a while ago, but yeah, Zelda on the Wii U, like, yeah, it'll still be great, but you have the worst version.
Yep. I think I want to, before we move on to the next topic, that $12 billion added in their market cap, I think it's valuing the future potential of the mobile business to their brand.
Yeah, because they saw how successful it was.
I don't think I don't think Pokemon Go is valued at $12 billion. I think they're looking at their potential mobile business in the future down the line. So I think they're actually just adding that value towards the future of what this could be a huge potential. If we look 5 years from now, it could be a huge potential in Nintendo's revenue.
Oh, definitely.
Yep, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
With
because
the
mobile's
success
king in
of
Japan. Yeah.
Yeah,
with the
Mario.
success
When Mario touches mobile, it's going to be very big. Zelda
yeah,
touches mobile, it's going to be very,
Hell,
very
even
that's what
big.
I'm
Metroid.
thinking.
Oh,
I think
Animal
Metroid.
Crossing, of course, will be very good on mobile.
pretty soon they go
Animal
release
Crossing.
some NES games on the mobile. It's gonna sell really good. NES, and it's gonna go to Super Nintendo. I see a lot.
You know, be
Nintendo
interesting that that NES Mini that they're just announced today. Like, if they made a Bluetooth version of that controller, if you could plug it, if you could pair it with your phone and then buy the NES games through your cell phone, that would be quite cool.
it would be nice,
Yeah.
but it's limitations to that. There's no internet connection. It's just 60, no, not 60 games. It's 30 games, but it's like $60, something like that. It's not bad because they got some high quality games like Super Mario Brothers 1 and 2, Zelda 1 and 2. What else they got? Was it Donkey
Ninja
Kong?
Gaiden.
Yeah, they
Ninja
got
Gaiden.
Donkey Kong, Ninja Gaiden.
Man.
There's a whole
Pepper
bunch of shit on
Ball.
there.
Tecmo Bowl, yeah, that was really popular back then. They got some really good games on there, especially if you're an old school head. No,
Yeah,
it's just like we can't play anything else. Like why not? Yeah, it's like you said a while ago. Why not put some kind of Bluetooth capabilities on there so we can actually get some more games down the line? Because we didn't see Ninja Turtles on there, and Ninja Turtles was really popular back then.
Yeah, I love the Ninja Turtles at NES games.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So Nintendo, they got the potential. They got the potential of being on top of the world again. It's just they got these old heads, man. They just do what they want to do. But like I say, like or dislike Nintendo all you want. Well, especially for these haters, hate Nintendo all you want.
Man,
Nintendo
some of these
is
are
a smart
so
business
pissed off
company.
that Pokemon Go is doing well.
Nintendo, at the end of the day, they are a smart company. They're gonna always be here, no matter how much you
You
want.
gotta understand, like, a lot of this that's happening now is because of Kimishima, and he's like trying to expand the brand. Like, they didn't
He's a
have
businessman.
yeah, he's a businessman. Like, this retro console that they're bringing out would have never happened without someone like him on board.
He's a businessman. He
As
thinks
I
business
recall,
first.
didn't
He was
like
the
a year
perfect
or
match
two-
for Nintendo, other
Exactly.
than,
Didn't like
He's
a
the
year or
best
two.
thing that could ever happen to them.
Didn't Iwata say somebody from Nintendo? They basically said that we are not putting our IPs on mobile. Who said that?
it was Iwata.
Iwata said that. Iwata and Kimishima have a very different way of doing things.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay, I guess this is the first step of him being the president. That's positive.
Very, very exciting because they're getting into mobile. They're looking into doing movies now. We're getting the theme parks. Like, they're getting the brand out everywhere, and this
But a
is
lot of
something
that
they didn't
stuff
even do.
Iwata put into place.
Yeah,
like
he
the
did
theme
put that
parks.
into at least into the planning stages.
Yes, like Kimishima, he's definitely gonna do it. Like Iwata, I know that the movies, I think that it was a huge potential in TV shows. They could even have their own.
Down, though,
Yeah.
for whatever
I
reason.
guess with all this talking about Nintendo and all that, okay. What do y'all guys think about this whole third-party situation? I've been seeing videos. I saw this video from PlayStation Enthusiast, and of course you got OJ from Player Essence. He made his response video about it, and I can see it on both sides. I'm neutral about this. Of course, if you are a Nintendo gamer, you do not want, I repeat, you do not want a Nintendo on a PlayStation, Xbox, or PC. That's for the core gamers. But if you want to look at the business aspects, on how they've been doing with their console sales over the years and all that, just not been good at all. Would it be smarter if they put it on a PlayStation, Xbox, or PC, knowing that it's going to sell a lot more? Or, Nintendo should continuously and do what they do because their IPs are so strong that no matter how many consoles they can sell 10 million consoles, but it's all about the software stuff. You can sell a whole bunch of software, then that's where you get your money at. It's the software. People keep thinking that these companies get most of their profit per console sold. That is not the case. That is not the case because Microsoft was losing money per console sold. I believe with the 360.
Microsoft,
5 billion.
Microsoft never turned a profit from the 360.
That's what I'm saying. 80 million consoles sold and they didn't even turn a profit. It's about the software, man. It's about the software. That's why they always lean on Halo because it sells really well.
Yeah.
Just like with Nintendo, Smash Brothers, Mario Kart, fucking Zelda. They got the fucking IP Well, I won't say Star Fox, not anymore. Metroid.
He's dead now. They killed that one.
Yeah, they
Miyamoto
killed
stomped it out in the throat.
the Mario 3D games, Sunshine, not Mario 64, the Galaxy series. They got some freaking awesome IPs that sells more freaking 5, 6, 7, 10 million, man. Just look at Mario Kart Wii, 30 million. Smash Brothers Brawl was about 12, 13 million.
12, 13, yeah.
Galaxy 1 about I think 12 or 13. Galaxy 2 about 10 million. That's a lot of fucking software sold, man. That's a lot of software. Just look at the Wii U. The Wii U didn't sell many consoles, but
Still
about
the
half of the
software
install
sells,
base
yeah.
bought Mario Kart. 7 million. Over half the
It's
install base bought.
over.
It was
Yeah, it's
7
over
million.
half. Yeah, 7 million.
Over half
something
the
like
install
that.
base bought Mario Kart. So that's a lot of money, man. So what do y'all guys think about this whole third party situation, man? Anybody can start, man. We ain't got many people, so you just flow, just go. I don't care who
It's
knows.
just, I mean, it's like a toss-up to me. It's like, probably from the business standpoint, I mean, it probably could work out, but probably not. But surely, I mean, you can only go depending on your first parties for so long. But like I said earlier, with the Star Fox thing, I mean, just didn't help out matters. But I mean, hopefully, they probably can turn it around. I don't know. That's probably my take on it. But
Okay. Well, what about you, Alex?
If they should go third party, personally, I would love it if they went third party. It's one less console I have to buy, so you save like $300. I'll get the games on either Xbox, Sony, or PC even. And it's the same thing for Sony and Microsoft. I would have no problem with Sony putting their games on PC, and I have no issue with Microsoft putting their games on PC because I have just more places to purchase them, whatever makes the most sense at the time. Like Nintendo software, wherever they put it, it's gonna sell. Like I'll get it on an Xbox, I'll get it on the PlayStation, I'll get it on the PC, wherever it's available to me. But it's just like I don't really think they have to have their own console. Like, yeah, it's nice to have more competition in the console space, but like Nintendo, the way they make consoles is nothing like Sony and Microsoft anyway, so it's not competition regardless. You know what I mean? Like the whole reason
Yeah.
for buying this console is to simply play Nintendo titles, and it's essentially like a $300-400 paywall to play Mario and Zelda and all their other IPs, which is kind of getting tired to me at this point. Because like all of us in here, I think I can say this, got burned by the Wii U.
Yep.
I think that's a
Yeah.
fair thing to say. And I don't want to go through that again. Like if the NX we have to because we know they're gonna have their own console. Sorry, phone's going off. But I would have no issue with Nintendo putting their games on PC because then I could buy the games on PC. I'll have more controller options. Nintendo could make their own controller. I can pair the Wii U Pro controller to the PC as well. Like you just have way more options, and then you don't have to worry about they're kind of shoddy online. Sorry, 1 second, phone for me. We'll continue.
Well, I guess with me, I'm kind of neutral on this matter because of the old school gamer I am, grew up on Nintendo and Sega. I just hate for another one of my favorite consoles to step out the console market. I'm just being honest. A lot of y'all know that I'm a huge Sega guy, even though I know some of y'all's trolling me in this comment section, in this chat about Sega, these Sega jokes. But yes, a lot of y'all know that I'm a huge Sega guy, and I love Nintendo. So if Nintendo leave the console market, that's my childhood is gone. Like that's what I was playing. Most of my childhood was Sega, Nintendo, and of course Sony came into the console market back in '96 or something like that. But I did have a PlayStation, but I wasn't hardcore in the PlayStation. I was playing my 64. I didn't have a 64, but I borrowed a lot, and I was always over my uncle house. They always had it, so I played a lot of games. So I played 64 a lot. I had played the Dreamcast a lot, the Sega, the Super NES. I was a huge fan of all of it, man. Of course, Sega was my number one console. But Nintendo, Donkey Kong, Donkey Kong Country, Donkey Kong Country 2, fantastic games. I love them. Super Mario World, love them. They got really great IP. Zelda, love them. Just imagine those games on another console that is not my preferred console of choice. Like it's kind of hard thinking about that, but just thinking about how Nintendo has evolved in today's times, it's hard. It's really hard because part of me wants to understand the console market, but the other part of me want them to put their IP on another console because we ain't got to worry about buying another console. All we got to do is just buy the software on our other system. B, Nintendo's going to generate more money because the software is going to be on multiple consoles. So, there's positives and there's negatives to it. But like I say, it's kind of hard for me to say. I really can't answer it because, like I say, if Nintendo leaves the console market, my childhood is gone. That's how I feel about it, man. But with the Wii U, on how a lot of us got burned by the Wii U, I know a lot of y'all didn't get burned. A lot of y'all do love the Wii U. It's like this: if you're a teenager, if you like, let's say maybe 19, 20 and under, you had not experienced the Super Nintendo or Nintendo 64 unless you planned it now. But whenever it was out back in the 90s, you had not experienced whenever we was playing it as it was still new, and y'all did not experience the third-party games that we played on there. A lot of y'all gotta remember, like, Nintendo used to be known for a lot of third-party games back then, and now people just see them as just if you buy a Nintendo console, you just buy it just for Nintendo games, and just that mindset of people thinking that's just why Nintendo is in the position that they are in right now. People be like, what's the point of buying a Nintendo console? We'll get like 2-3 Nintendo games per year for a $300 console. So how's the NX going to be? Is the NX going to be the same way? Is Nintendo going to basically fix the mistakes that they did with the Wii U? Or are they going to fuse the handhelds with the console? If they do, that's a good positive sign because it's forcing these developers to make games on the console as well. So there's a lot of pros and there's a lot of cons to this. But my answer to this is, man, I know a lot of y'all might bash me, but I think Nintendo should stay. Even though I did talk a lot of shit, I think Nintendo should stay because if they do leave the console market, that's my childhood. I'm sorry, I'm 30 years old. That's my childhood. Anybody else?
I mean, hey, that's
I grew up with them too. It's just like I don't.
It's just me. I mean, like I said, I grew up with them in the '80s. That's where I started because I mean, heck, I'm almost 40, and that's where I started with Nintendo. Because here's another thing: because back in the '80s, like Nintendo had the markets locked when it comes to the third-party titles. They told these developers, like for example, Konami or Capcom, they told them don't make games.
You kind of cutting out, Sinister. You kind of cutting out.
I think there's an echo again too.
Yeah, it's an echo.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Let me turn the mic up. Hey, I got another computer, so it's not me.
Oh yeah, it's not you.
It's not me.
I know it's not me. It's another computer.
I'm on my tablet.
Oh, that's probably what it is.
Oh, okay.
I'll turn your volume up. Go ahead.
You hear me now? Well,
yeah, there we go. That's better.
That's better.
All right, yeah. As I was saying, back then, like companies like Capcom and Konami, they were asking, hey, don't make any games for any other system for the competition because they had it down lock during the 80s. Now, brush up to the 90s, this might have both Nintendo and Sega, like, the Genesis and stuff like that, because like Genesis, they were getting geared towards, like, guys at that time, I was getting older, and, like, their games going towards teenagers or young college students, stuff like that, and up until the Super Nintendo came out, then it was like the competition for those companies, they want to make that content for both systems. But as far as for now, like with the NX, it's like you can just have strictly Nintendo, like their games and like no lack of third parties, like because like hey, it's like hey, buy our games only. It's like you got those other games going like to Sony and Microsoft. It's like it's like. Let them have the third-party titles. We just want people to buy our games and stuff, and pretty much like you said, like.
Which is fine as long as they can provide enough, though.
Yeah.
They have to have more of a solid stream of games coming to validate having to buy another console just for them. There's also like another bonus. If Nintendo, for instance, was to go to third party, not really, I haven't heard anybody really talk about this, but let's say Nintendo goes third party and puts their games on Xbox and Sony on the same kind of time frame as these high-profile third-party games, and people start to see the quality difference. Like Nintendo games aren't broken, you don't need day one patches, and everything works, and they're actually really fun. that would kind of make people question these AAA games that are broken and be like, how come these guys are putting the games on the console and they work really well, you guys can't do it? And then that would probably make their quality go up too. That'd be another nice added bonus.
Yeah, but my thoughts on this is this, that you could go two ways. You can either think of it this way, that it could benefit, the gaming industry, or you can think of it that it won't benefit. I'm ready to go first to Nintendo's side. First of all, on Nintendo's behalf, you saw what happened when Sega dropped out. Sony just dominated, which they were going to dominate anyway because they dominated with the PlayStation 1. But it's better with 4 competitors because it was very balanced. Because when it was 4 competitors, you can choose either one. You could go either way, So with 3, yes, it's a balance. It's a better balance. But now people are going to, it's either, most likely it's PlayStation. Now, say if you add Nintendo to PlayStation and Xbox, Sony's people are just going to choose the PlayStation, though. So would it really benefit Microsoft? If the games are on Xbox, people are going to be like, well, the PlayStation has the better hardware. They have, the bigger fan base, so they're going to choose the PlayStation anyway. Even if that, happens. I'm not trying to, sound, fanboyish, but I'm just saying that with that, the PlayStation would still be the platform of choice if you were to add Nintendo games to both consoles. So if Nintendo stays standalone, I think it benefits them more, other than the benefits of going on PlayStation and Xbox is that you get more sales. But people are saying this is a fact that I saw a video a long time ago, that people are saying that they don't want to play Nintendo games, but they want Nintendo games on their consoles.
Yeah, everyone says that. It doesn't
make sense.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to buy a Nintendo console for Nintendo games, like for example, the GameCube was a great console, nobody brought it. So, so if you don't want to play their games, why do you want to play their games now that it's on your console?
Well, I think the only logical thing is they want to play 1 or 2 of their games.
Yeah, that's why they don't want to spend like $300.
They want Zelda or they want Metroid, but they're not gonna spend $300 to play 2 games.
Which makes sense.
That's what exclusives come in handy. This will differentiate these consoles as exclusives, and Microsoft its own don't have as many exclusives as Nintendo. Even though Nintendo don't get as many third-party supports like they previously did in the past. If they utilize all their IPs, then they really don't need third-party support. They can probably, partner up.
If they do it.
As far as multiplats, they don't necessarily need it. If they utilize Star Fox, Metroid, another 3D Mario game, another fucking Smash Brothers, Mario Kart, a Wave Race, F-Zero, Kid Icarus, Kirby, Yoshi, they have so many IPs that they don't need nobody. But the deal is, they not even utilizing half of it. That's the issue. Nintendo has the potential. They could be on top of the world. Well, actually, they are right now with Pokemon Go. But as far as console-wise, they can be on top of the world, but they just refuse to do it. But with Kimishima, he just now got into office. That's why I'm giving him a benefit of the doubt. That's why I'm giving this NX. I'm giving Nintendo one more shot because I got burned with the Wii U, and I refuse to get burnt again. And we already know that Zelda is going to be the launch game of the NX, in which I'm freaking excited. But I need to know what other games is coming along with that. I don't want to spend another $300 or $400 for
We're already hearing some disappointing news. Like Square said today, Final Fantasy 15 will not come to the NX.
I heard about that. That is pretty disappointing.
And it's
what about
hearing stuff like this already?
What about Dragon Quest? Ain't that supposed to be coming to the NX?
We haven't heard anything since that first kind of slip up. They
since last year.
Officially confirmed anything yet. We're under the assumption it's coming.
Nintendo
we don't know for sure.
has Xenoblade. They have their RPGs. They need to utilize
a RPG.
I always say this. Nintendo doesn't need third parties to survive. They need third parties to thrive. And that's a fact. If they have third parties, they're dominating.
Nintendo has Fire Emblem. They have Xenoblade. They need to utilize them.
Yeah, but
That's
Fire
the
Emblem, they
issue.
keep it on mobile now. Or not
That's
mobile,
what I'm
handheld.
saying. They need to put them on consoles. They need to put it on consoles. It's freaking popular. That new with that Fire Emblem Awakening, it was really popular. It sold a lot on the 3DS. But we got some kind of Tokyo Mirage sessions. Like, what the hell is this? No, the
Yeah.
game. No, I heard a lot of great things about this game, but that was a terrible name. It's like Nintendo is
That name
purposely.
is like the most awkward name I've
They
ever
are. They
heard for a video game.
set these games up to fail. They purposely set the Wii U up to fail. The way they market the system, the way they went about the system, just lack of titles, lack of everything, lack of
And
everything.
Because they thought everybody would buy it. Because
They
of the
gave
Wii.
up on that. They gave up on that console after Smash Brothers came out, and it still wasn't selling.
They
After
thought
that,
everybody was gonna buy it
Yeah.
because the Wii.
Well,
They said as much. Kimishima said so. They thought they were gonna sell 100 million Wii U's off the success of the Wii, and that was it. That's what they believed, and then it didn't happen, and they abandoned it.
Exactly. Like with that gamepad, it's like, I mean, you're holding that gamepad and you like, someone wants to watch TV, you still playing your game on the gamepad. No one wants that. I mean, let's go to your own room and have your own TV. It's like, I mean,
You're still kind of cutting out.
Oh,
Because they're targeting the kids market, and what I don't understand is that they need to target both. They need to
Yeah, I
target
don't know why
both.
they
Sony.
continually do that.
Like Sony does.
Sony targets everybody.
They target everybody. Jack and Dexter, Crash Bandicoot is coming back. Ratchet and Clank. What else?
And even Microsoft looks like they're going
Little
to be
Big
making a
Planet
push
3.
with their
Yeah,
with
they
the rare
got some
games.
games. Let's don't forget Skylanders, Disney, and Fan. Let's don't forget the label. They get all these games on the PlayStation. Nintendo, you just get majority games that cater towards kids. That's the problem. They only target one demographic. Sony is targeting everybody. That's why they are in the lead. That's why they sold 40+ million consoles. It's just how it is, man.
And then another thing that I look at it this way, is they had multiple opportunities to buy these IPs for cheap when Saints Row was up for sale, back in 2013.
Nintendo
Red
could have bought
Faction-
Atlas.
When THQ Atlas was up for sale, and Sega
Capcom
they
was up
could have
for sale a couple years ago.
They could have
'cause they're like-
easily outbidded Sega. Easily.
It could have easily, like Sega's broke. They could have easily
Yeah.
outbid Sega.
Yep, and like I said
They
last
let
year with
these opportunities pass
Capcom, they were
through.
open to being brought. They could have brought Capcom for cheap last year, but they decided not to. They didn't even have to buy all of Capcom. They could have bought over 51% and made them a second-party studio, but they chose not to. They have a good, partnership with Platinum Games. They could have further on that partnership. So they had so many opportunities. With THQ, they could have brought THQ. They had all these IPs. They could have had, the Saints Row franchise, and when THQ went bankrupt, Saints Row 4 was coming out in August. So, during that time, they had a chance to bulk up the Wii U with these exclusive titles if they would have did it, because when THQ went bankrupt, they had all these titles that were coming out, like Metro, like Saints Row, and they were all up for sale. They were up for grabs for virtually nothing. Dang, Deep Silver acquired Saints Row for $10 million. Saints Row is not worth $10 million. So they had all these opportunities. And they acquired Volition, the studio. So they had all these missed opportunities. That's kind of their fault and their mindset of not thinking worldwide. And that's their problem.
Just think if Nintendo would have bought Capcom, meaning that Resident Evil and Street Fighter is going to always be exclusive to Nintendo.
And Mega Man.
And Mega Man.
And Monster
Devil
Hunter.
May Cry.
And Devil May Cry.
Just let it soak. Just let it soak in. Let it soak in. All those IPs. We didn't. Animusha. We didn't think about that. Dino Crisis. We didn't think about that. They got a lot of IPs. Capcom. They just don't know what to do with them. Just like Nintendo don't know what to do with their IPs.
Capcom doesn't have the money to do it.
I mean, look.
That's why all these titles are exclusive. Because they need funding from Sony or from Microsoft.
Yeah, they couldn't even make their flagship game, fucking Street Fighter, without help. That's how bad Capcom is.
That terrible ass launch.
Well, it was the reason why
when you're getting paid by Sony, you gotta wait for the quarters in the couch. It takes a while.
Oh damn.
Like, I mean, yeah, because oh, we're gonna release it before the Evo tournament. So yeah, it was released half-assed.
Yeah. That shit would
Um,
have never happened if Nintendo funded that game.
I know. Me and Alex, we gave our decisions about the Nintendo one third party. George, Sinister, did y'all give y'all thoughts about it? What do y'all think about
Oh, with third
Nintendo? Should they
party.
go third party? Yeah,
Okay,
I
so
don't know if you've been
my
aware of these
my
videos this
overall
week.
thoughts are
Uh,
this are
You
this
can go
that
first.
that Nintendo, once again, if they go third party, it will benefit the market. It will eliminate to only two consoles. But here's the thing, I truly believe that once Microsoft and Sony decide to make like this over the top streaming service like PlayStation now as the future, platform of gaming in the future, I truly believe part of the reason why I think that won't happen is because developers won't really get a huge cut out of it. One of the reasons, but the other reason I think that will happen is that it's cheaper not to make hardware. They make a profit off of a streaming service versus
Yeah.
hardware. They don't make a profit off of that. People think they do, but they don't. They most of the time they sell this hardware for a loss most of the
Or
time,
yeah.
just at
and they just
cost if it's
rely
even.
on the
Yeah.
software. So if you look at Nintendo, they have had losses with the Wii U the past couple of
Yeah,
years.
that
So
dog shit Wii U was the first console they ever made where they lost money on each one.
Yeah,
yeah,
4 years.
not even the GameCube lost
Yeah,
money.
even the
So
GameCube, what, at $100 was still making money.
yeah, the
Like,
game,
it's
and it
fucking
was the second
crazy.
most powerful console of that generation.
Yeah,
So I'm
Yeah,
like,
even
but
though it
so
was
that damn gamepad was cost $100, losing money for them.
I think versus launching the NX, like say if they would have brought Capcom or THQ and some, or at least started their own studio committed to developing these mature titles within
Right.
Nintendo, they could have dropped the gamepad. In my opinion, they could have dropped the gamepad, dropped the
Yeah, it
price to
was
two hundred
completely
dollars,
unnecessary. Yeah.
right? Drop it to two hundred
Yep.
dollars, and then they could have produced out content with these extra studios if they would have brought Capcom. So it would have been no reason to release the NX. But since the Wii U so far behind, there's no excuse why they only had 4 million units by the time of the PS4 launching.
That was
That's no
crazy.
excuse.
Just
You
just
should
just
have
think if
10 million
They
by
had
that
a
time.
whole year head start.
Yeah.
just think if Phil Spencer would have took over Nintendo before Iwata died, whenever the Wii U first launched after the first year,
He would have took the
he would
fucking game. He would have took
have
the
got rid of that gamepad.
out. He would have dropped the console by $100, and he would have been like, "Here you go, buy the real console."
Yep.
Here's
$200.
a controller.
We got
But
more partnerships.
Nintendo
More
was
support.
just too
And
fucking.
it would have flew off the shelf
It
Yeah.
would
because
flew
of the
off
quality
shelf.
content if
Yeah,
it
a
was
$200
$100.
console with the Pro controller and the quality games that they have. $200 is a sweet spot for the Wii U. $300
Yeah.
is a fucking gouge. It's not worth it.
Just rip off.
They
I'd
sold
rather
what
just buy
about
the
70
Xbox
games in
One
a
or
profit,
the
man.
PlayStation 4.
Yeah,
For that
for
price.
$300 you can get an Xbox on sale with like fucking 4 games sometimes, and you can get a PS4 for what they're $350 still, right? But like
Yeah.
that's because they're selling so much, they're not gonna lower the price. But like, who's gonna buy a Wii U for $300 when you can get either one of those consoles and they have like triple the games and better online and they have fucking Blu-ray players?
That's
Got a
what I've been
controller.
preaching about a year and a half ago. And people, these fanboys would troll my channel and be like, "You have a Wii U. Why are you crying about dropping the price?" Well, you dumbass. If Nintendo will drop the price, it's going to generate more sales, more money, more partnerships with
More
with
games.
third-party more
Like
games.
even if they were gonna take a hit on
Third
the Wii U, they
parties,
should
if
have
they're
been selling
making
that
more
shit for
money.
$200.
That's what I'm saying. Like, even though I do have a Wii U, I want content on you. So if Nintendo had to sacrifice and drop the price, so more people can get the console. If you get more people, if you get more of a better audience, you're going to get more games. That's how it rolls.
Yeah.
Look at the PlayStation 4. They got a bigger audience. They got more games. That's just
Like the only
it's
reason
business.
third parties jumped off is because the console wasn't selling.
Yep.
Yeah, and Nintendo they was just so arrogant, and that would piss me off, and that what got me to change the direction of my channel, and that's what got me to rant about Nintendo. That's what got me to kick off a lot of these Nintendo fanboys on my channel because they was threatening me and cussing me out. So, yeah, it was bad, man. It was bad. That's why I changed my direction.
Yeah, just like imagine a $200 Wii U. Like that would have been a completely different scenario than what we're in right now.
Yeah, they would have sold at least 20 million by now. At least.
Yeah, definitely.
At least.
Because a lot of people just don't want to fuck with that stupid gamepad.
Yeah.
And plus, I mean, the Wii U itself was like 32 games.
The other huge mistake that they made is that when they showed off the Wii U, right?
They kept showing Wiimotes.
In the E3 2011, they didn't show the console. They only showed the gamepad.
That was so dumb.
Everybody thought it was just an accessory, so they never showed the console until it actually next E3 when it released.
Retarded.
That was stupid because nobody knew what the console was.
Most casual people thought it was just an add-on. They still think that.
Yeah, it's like the casual that was on the Wii is like, oh wait a minute, it's just another thing I'm gonna play for a couple of months and just let it collect dust.
Yeah, no, I already got a tablet.
Matter of fact, Retro Bro, he just not too long ago bought a Wii U. I think he traded it in already.
Oh, did he? Damn, that was fast.
I think the Wii U either did, or I know he said he was talking about doing it.
The Wii U should have launched in 2010, 2011, before the iPad.
Yeah, that's when it came out. Like tablets were already all over the place.
Yeah, it launched after the iPad, so nobody was like, "Well, I already got an iPad. I already got a
let me buy this worst iPad."
I know.
It's just a terrible version of an iPad. You know, it's like
Nintendo had that mind frame. It was like, "Hey, we on top of the world. We
don't give a fuck. They don't pay attention to their competition.
They don't pay attention." You know,
they created the competition.
I bet you they probably thought that the Wii U was the first tablet.
Just look at those comments Reggie said a few weeks ago about them not worrying about teraflops. He gonna let Microsoft and Sony dog fight
They're
it out.
not concerned with that.
He's targeting like he's not fighting. He's not gonna fight in the red ocean. He's gonna target in the blue ocean.
But the red ocean's fighting them, whether they like it or not.
Yep.
They're still gonna be in that ocean though. They're still gonna be involved.
Like they're out of their mind if they think just because they're not fighting Sony and Microsoft doesn't mean Microsoft and Sony aren't gonna fight them.
That's what they're doing. They're fighting them.
Yeah, because
they take every idea from Nintendo that they want when they want it.
Yeah, I heard that's another Smash Brothers knockoff game coming to the PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
Oh, really?
People is copying Nintendo whether they like it or not.
Yeah, like I don't understand why they keep trying to be secretive about it. Like it's gonna get copied regardless. Like at least help your fan base out.
Yeah, there's another thing. Oh, go ahead.
The NX. I'm sorry for cutting you off, but with the NX, they need to really secure this console at least 5 to 8 million the first year. They need another big launch title. It can't just be Zelda. Now, Zelda is a reason to buy the NX, but they also need another title.
They're gonna have a 3D Mario.
They need a.
I don't think 3D Mario is gonna come out in the first year. I think it's gonna come out that holiday season.
Oh,
right?
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna come out launch. Maybe it might, but from what Miyamoto said, that it's coming out. That it's going to be there 1 to 2 years after the console releases. So I think the earliest that you can see a new 3D Mario would probably be holiday, 2017.
He says a lot of things though. Like he said before that Mario will always launch on new hardware.
Not always.
Not this the case, but
Not this time.
No, I meant going forward.
Yeah.
Well, he's going forward the direction of the Mario series. So he's trying to do something new. I don't know why he just won't give us a Galaxy 3 or he just Sunshine 2. Just give us what we want. It's just this new direction. This is like the stuff that Miyamoto is trying to do with these franchises. He's just doing it in the way we don't want. We don't even want the damn game.
On the grounds what he's doing.
Like whose idea was the Kirby game? Was that Miyamoto's idea?
What, the Rainbow Curse? That game was garbage.
That game is the worst first-party title on the Wii U.
Yeah, that game is garbage.
Like who asked for that? Who asked for Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival? Who asked for Star Fox? Well, we asked for Star Fox, but we did not ask for those goddamn motion controls. Who asked for that shit?
Star
Like,
Fox
come on.
pissed me off so much because I wanted Star Fox made by Platinum, and we got it, and it was ruined by Miyamoto.
Well,
It wasn't 100% made by Platinum though. They just helped.
They were the team that made the code, though. They were building
Oh,
the game.
yeah.
Yeah, because that's one thing I wanted to add on.
But if you want to look at the games that's on the 3DS compared to the Wii U, it's like
Oh,
comparing.
3DS, the game's shit on the Wii U.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I don't understand it. This is probably why I'm thinking that this is going to be a fusion. That's what I'm thinking.
I hope so.
It has to be. If Nintendo's smart
We'll
enough.
have more games that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll have we'll have more games, more consistent games. That'd be good.
Yeah, because Nintendo, like their handhelds, like even though they don't got no competition from Sony anymore, they still got competition, with
They got competition from
smartphones.
cell phones.
Yeah, they got that's about they won't win. And just look at the console the 3DS sales compared to the DS sales. It dropped off a lot, but it still sold well. But Nintendo, they got to figure a way on how can they turn a better profit on their handhelds and console. So what you got to do? You got to fuse it together. Let me make this Dragon Ball Z reference. Okay, in order for Vegeta and Goku to beat Kid Buu, what they had to do? They had to fuse together to beat it.
That's the only way.
Yeah,
But if you look at it this way,
The only way.
because they're even their handhelds, they're declining. Like the 3DS is selling half
3DS
of
sold
what
half.
the DS
Yeah.
did. And the DS, I know the DS did not start off well. It did take, like, when Nintendo released the DS Lite, that unit sold 93 million on its own. The DS Lite. So so I think once they combine these two hardware, the handheld and that really opens up the opportunity for them, because now you can finally start talking about selling worldwide, and markets not just appealing to Japan. Because,
Right.
the 3DS sells in Europe, it sells in Japan. The 3DS sells everywhere.
3DS sells
The
everywhere.
3DS
Yeah.
is always second in sales every single week behind the PlayStation 4, and sometimes it was ahead of the PlayStation 4. So the 3DS is always consistent. It's been consistent. Now the 3DS did not start off that way, so don't get it twisted. In the beginning, it was struggling.
They did not give the Wii U the same treatment as the 3DS.
It was
It was
damn
popping out content.
Yeah, like 3DS got like $100 price cut, and Wii U never got that.
Who wanna pay $300 for a handheld? That's what I'm saying. You might get a console.
Yeah, I know. Like
Yeah.
the 3DS was like what, $270 when it launched
Yep.
Yeah.
for a goddamn handheld. That's crazy.
Why do y'all think the Neo Geo failed miserably? Because it was so damn high.
Yeah.
Even though it had
And then they barely had content out in the beginning.
Yeah.
They started to produce
But they
content
fixed it. Like they did a
like
really good
3D
job
Land,
turning the 3D around.
New Super Mario Bros. 3DS, and then Mario Kart 7, Smash Bros. Once they started to produce that content, the people flocked to it because they love Nintendo's handhelds, and that's what they need to do. Produce
Then they
the
brought some
content,
good
the people
Zelda
will
games
come.
and some good Pokemon games. Like the 3DS, even Kirby. Like 3DS has 2 really good Kirby games.
Yeah, plus the Mario Kart's on there. It's like,
Yeah.
You can't have these 5, 7 month, 8 month droughts.
Yeah,
You can't
no.
have that. That's ridiculous. You can't have that. That's ridiculous. There's
Especially
no
not on
reason for
a fucking $300 gaming console, and you get 7-month droughts. It's like, why did I just spend $300? What are you talking about? 7 months.
It just really bugs my mind on how a lot of people get upset about these droughts, but you got a lot of these fanboys that basically find a way to damage control it. It's just
They're
so
idiots,
funny.
though.
They're like that's what I'm saying.
They don't matter. These people, these fanboys who say stuff like they don't matter. Because like if Nintendo goes and makes a console exactly like the Xbox One, they're gonna buy it. If they continue to make a console like the Wii, they're gonna buy it. These guys will show up no matter what. It doesn't fucking matter. They don't matter. What matters is the people who didn't buy the Wii U.
They have to target those people, the core gamers.
These guys who buy whatever Nintendo buys, Nintendo doesn't even have to look at them. They don't matter at all.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Yeah, there's some of us, man.
what does matter is the core Nintendo fans is leaving, man.
Yeah, they gotta worry about the people that left.
Look at it.
Trying to bring those people back.
Their base has been declining since the NES by 10 million.
They lost 90 million people from the Wii. 90.
So that tells you that majority of those Wii owners was not core Nintendo gamers. They was
not. No,
they were just casual guys.
They were grandmas and soccer moms.
Yeah, soccer mom, grandpa, that's it. You know
what's crazy?
Like 80 million.
Lost more people than 360 sold in total. That's crazy. Isn't that insane?
Here's another thing. Well, about real gamers, since you mentioned that about their ego. I mean, if it wasn't for their ego, if it was for them, that's why Sony's in the gaming market, because they backstabbed them.
Yeah.
Nintendo stepped on so many toes back in the 80s. That's why Sony is
they were bullying the market. That's why.
They was bullying them. They kept a lot of games.
Nintendo created their own worst enemy in Sony.
The Sega Master System was more powerful than NES. They kept a lot of games off the Sega Master System, in which it just turned a lot of these developers off. It's like, man, this bullshit. Like, this company's offering me more money, but I'm stuck on this damn contract. Like,
they had a monopoly in the beginning.
Yeah.
So
which they did.
This is their payback from what they done back in the day, man. They was bullies.
I still can't believe that all these third parties are that salty about that still. It's like it's a completely different management team.
It's not just that. It's everything that factors into it. The past history with these relationships, like with EA and stuff. It's not just that. It's also the hardware. It's also the sales. Everything factors into it. It's not just that one thing.
I think more of it is about the sales at this point. I really don't think they care about what happened in the 80s anymore. Business is business.
That was a good console, but with Nintendo being the bullies, it just couldn't hang, man. The only company that hung in there was Sega when they came out with the Genesis, in which it took the world by storm, especially with the Sonic the Hedgehog became really popular at that time.
Yeah, but think about it. Some of the games were more mature because they wanted those college kid crowd. They didn't want the kiddie crowd. They want the college kids, like the teenagers. They want the harder edge games, the mature games. That's why. That's why they called it the Genesis.
Yeah, like the Genesis and the Super Nintendo. That was a fucking dogfight, man.
Yeah.
That was probably one of the greatest generations ever, man. I'm just being honest. Like,
exactly.
okay, last generation. Okay, you could say it was a dogfight between the 360 and PS3, but then again, neither of them didn't even win the generation. But the generation before that, there wasn't even no fucking competition.
That was not a competition.
PlayStation 2.
Sony had a 120 million gap.
Okay, the generation before that, PS1 blew everybody out the water.
Yeah.
Before that.
Yeah, because Nintendo's betrayal.
Sega and Nintendo, that was a dogfight.
Here's a fact: Sony consoles have sold over 80 million plus.
Every generation.
Every generation,
including the PSP, has sold 80 million. Every Sony console. The only Sony console that won't sell 80 million
flop is the Vita.
Is the PS Vita. Yes.
Even though it is a good console, I had one. I used to own one. It was a good console.
The Vita has like really good hardware, but everything else about it sucks.
They didn't have that many good games on it.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Unless you like Japanese games, then it's good, I guess.
Unless you're a weeaboo like Mega.
Yeah. I had a Vita for like a week and then I got rid of it. I didn't like it.
I was playing a whole bunch of PS1 games off the Vita. I downloaded a lot of PS1 games. In which I'm about to buy. I think I'm gonna buy PS1 this weekend. They're cheap, man. They're so cheap. Like if you buy PS1, PS2, it's cheap, dude. Cause it's so many out there. So
yeah, there's so many all over.
It's so many out there. Like it's not even worth nothing to be honest. Because the PS1 sold over 100 million. The PS2 sold about 150.
Yeah,
right.
That's over 200 million PS1 and PS2s. That's a lot, dude.
I mean, heck, that was like 21 years ago when PS1 was. I mean, you think about it. A month like during that summer when the Saturn launched, that was like the worst mistake Sega ever done.
Yeah. At this point, you don't really need those because you can just get emulators. But like, it's cool to actually have them if you want them, and they're easy to play.
I'm just getting it as a
Sega Saturn. It's like
because
some really good games on it.
The PS1 from where I live, that costs $20. I'm just being honest, $20. That tells you that it's not even worth nothing. I asked why is the PS1 so cheap. He said because it's backwards compatibility. It's backwards compatible to the PS1. That's why.
Ah, okay.
Oh,
So that's why it's so cheap. But then again, I was like, I just want to get console just for
Just to
my
have
collection.
it. Yeah.
I'm not gonna just to have it because like I said, it's I'm gonna turn this channel to a retro channel as well too, man. Because it's my passion, man. Just keep reminiscing, about all these games that I used to own back then. Like I just
Yeah,
love
man, you can
video
hug
games
your
back in the
Sega
90s,
Genesis to remember the good times.
Yeah, because I mean, think about it. I mean, just that's one thing I was talking with you yesterday. I mean, when you say you're gonna do your retro Sunday, it's like, heck, I mean, I went and dusted out my N64. Had the discussion. It's like, like back then I did like videos like Throwback Thursday. It's like
Yeah.
I was doing like upload some arcade games and stuff like from other consoles like back then because because I think sure most of us are seasoned gamers. It was like even though I'm pretty much older than some of you, but I mean just the way I started back in the '80s. I mean that was just my passion back then. But just this generation now it's just lost. It just seems like it's gone more backwards than forwards, and like that's why maybe go back to some of my retro games, like the stuff I enjoy without less bullshit and stuff like that.
Yep, get to actually enjoy when Sonic games used to be good.
Old school Sonic, old school Mario.
Right now, I'm searching for Sonic Adventures, and it's not cheap at all. Especially Sonic Adventures 2. Oh my god, it is so fucking expensive.
I got that for $8 on Steam.
No, I'm talking about a copy of it.
Yeah,
Not
whatever.
a digital copy. I want a physical copy.
That's gonna be hard, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I enjoy some of the fighting games on there, like the Capcom vs. SNK Millennium. I enjoyed that. And Marvel vs. Capcom 2 that you mentioned earlier. I remember that was one of the first games I got when I had the Dreamcast. It's like,
I honestly think that Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is the best fighting game ever. It is so fun. Like you see it at the arcades all the time. I play it on my Dreamcast. We go somewhere, go to arcades, or we go to a local grocery store. That's all we see, people just surrounding that arcade machine, and everybody's just having fun. Man, it was a really good, enjoyable game, man. And that game has been out for how long? About 15, 16 years. It's been out for a minute, and it's still. If you think about it, think about how games used to be, about 20 years ago compared to now. That tells you that we are getting ripped off because, as I recall, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 had like over 40 or 50 characters.
yeah.
That's a lot. You don't get 40, 50 characters no more. You get about 15, 20, and everything's behind the paywall. This is why I read a lot, man. Like a lot of these people, especially these younger cats, they did not experience the kind of games that we used to play when we was younger, man. Remember Game Shark? Remember that?
The Game
Yeah,
Genie.
I remember that. The Game Genie. Yeah.
The Game Genie before that.
We paid $20 or $30 for all these cheats. Man, yeah, just think about that right now. We paid $20, $30 for all these DLCs for every game. It's not gonna work, man. We pay $20, $30, we get DLC for every game that ever come out.
That's one thing, yeah, because I tell some of these young kids today about arcades. It's like, what is that? It's like, I was like, man, that was like the real social spot. People standing around, card much the competition back then. It's like,
oh man, I remember we used to have Mortal Kombat 3 competitions. It was the ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 at the arcades. Oh my god, it used to be when arcades was actually popular. I think it was like on. Let me see. In the '90s, mid-'90s, it was still popular. It's just I think whenever
fighting games, yeah.
like late '90s, early 2000s, that's when it just dropped tremendously. But when Street Fighter 2 was out, Mortal Kombat was out, freaking Rage. Remember Rage when that was out? No, not Road Rage. The dinosaur fighting game.
Yeah, Primal Rage.
It's what Rage?
Primal Rage.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that. Yeah, I just always remember about Rage, but I remember that like it used to be packed at those arcades. It had a lot of fighting games that was really good.
Especially the DLC ones. Like Samurai Showdown, like Fatal Furies.
I could go even old school. Altered Beast. That was a good arcade game. And that came out in '88.
Yeah.
The reason I remember because I had it on the Sega Genesis when I was really young.
That was the launch title.
Yeah. So it was a lot of great memories back then. It just got me wanting to fucking go to retro gaming.
That's
I
why
even think
I
about
like all these old retro games. That's how I always get confused why you don't really like indie games that much, because indie games are pretty much like updated.
I've been
old-school
playing
games.
some. I've been playing some.
They're actually quite fun, but now they're like old school games, but now in HD with like more modern stuff. They're actually like really fun, and they're cheaper too. Most of the games are under $20.
I'm still playing. Like I said, I've been playing so much retro games. I didn't even finish Mighty Number 9. I'm like halfway finished.
Man, that's a waste of money.
Yeah, because I mean that's something I could always discuss, like especially with you, since ever since you mentioned retro games, it's like man, something we can like collab on, stuff like that. Because all those memories that we have that we can share. That's what our idea is like. Just stuff like that.
Yeah, shit. Like I said, man. Like I'm a freaking still do what I do on this channel, but I've been wanting to do retro gaming for a very long time. Honestly, it's I was watching. I used to watch Angry Video Game Nerd a lot. He got a good channel. I love his channel. But what really got me want to do retro is my boy Sean Long, man. I love his channel, man. Like he's so passionate about retro games, and I can tell that he loves them. You just look at his collection, the way he talks about it. He showed his enthusiasm on how he loves it, and I was like, you know what? That's how I used to act That's how I used to act whenever I used to play my Genesis, Super Nintendo, go to the arcades. I was like, man, where's the passion at? I was like, you know what? I'm gonna probably go ahead and start collecting again, because Actually, I was supposed to start collecting some retro stuff a few months ago, but of course I know what happened to me. I did a video about it. House got robbed. They took a lot of money from me, a lot of electronics, all that was gone. And I was planning on getting a lot of retro stuff, and it just slowed me down a lot. So of course, a few months later, got some of my stuff, had to rebuy some stuff, and had to put some more money up, and now I'm financially stable enough to get some retro stuff, to get the stuff that I actually want to get. So for now on, just about every week, I'm gonna get something to show, and this is my passion. Retro Sundays. I'm really excited about it. I'm really excited. I am, man. I am. So I'm just saying, like. If anybody else want to jump on that retro bandwagon, it's not many people that's actually doing this. That's why I'm saying I'm trying to start that new trend. Everybody else doing gaming news, I'm gonna still do that, but I'm trying to do something different. In which not too many people doing it. I don't know many people that actually do a lot of retro content besides Sean Long. To be honest, I really don't know, especially in this Crumb side.
Yeah, because I've been doing a
I'm
little
just being honest.
I've been playing a little bit, but not as much as he has. But
man, gosh, Final Fight, Streets of Rage,
yes,
Strider, Vector Man, Donkey Kong, Mario 3D. I'm sorry, Super Mario World, man. Super Mario Brothers 1 and 2. Man, that's just a lot of great things, dude.
Turtles in Time is the best.
Castlevania.
Yes.
Man.
I love those games.
These kids don't know how these games the quality of these games that used to be back then, man. I was like a really young child, when I started gaming back in '91. I was really young, but I remember every bit of it, dude. I started gaming in '91, so yeah, I was really young starting. My first video game I played was the very first Sonic the Hedgehog. That was my very first game.
Mine was Super Mario World.
That's why. Okay. Yeah,
well, see, I started back in '82 because I started in the arcades because if it wasn't for my brother, I would never gotten into gaming.
Back in '82, actually console game wasn't all that. That was a hold on, let me see.
That was the year before the crash. That was the year before the crash.
Okay, that's what I was trying to say. That's what I was trying to say. But yeah, at least Nintendo got y'all out that crash.
And see, here's the thing. I was living in Germany at the time because I didn't even hear of Nintendo at the time. I knew who Mario was. I knew Donkey Kong. Everybody knew who Donkey Kong was. That was the most popular back in that time. And when I moved back to the States, that's when I heard about Nintendo, like Mario, like Metroid, all that stuff. So you hit Mike Tyson's Punch Out. I mean, the real cool games I enjoyed, back in my elementary days and up until like the '90s, like early with the Genesis and Super Nintendo were being going at each other. I was like, shoot, those are times. Like, and then like on Genesis, like the better sports side, like Joe Montana Sports Football. I mean,
Oh, I remember that. I love that game.
heck,
That game because it's easy. You could easily throw an interception, man. I hate that game.
yeah.
It's hard as hell, dude.
I mean, the guys that went to high school. That was the game of choice. The guys that played with high school. There was so many people that just compete on that game.
Honestly, I think the reason why a lot of passion, well, I guess I guess we don't have as much passion in video games anymore because they took the arcade style away from video games, in which I love arcade style games. That's why Sega has always been the best when it comes to arcades.
Yes.
Remember Zombie Revenge?
Yep.
Dreamcast?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I love that game. I love that game. Of course,
it's just the House of the Dead games. Yeah.
It is. I just love Zombie Revenge, man. I'm trying to tell you, man, Dreamcast is like one of the most underrated systems ever. It's not because I'm a Sega fanboy. There's a reason why I love Sega, because they had... Okay, y'all could talk about how Nintendo don't utilize their IPs. Look at Sega. They don't utilize their IPs neither, man. The quality has tremendously... It went down. What happened to the House of the Dead? So what happened to Zombie Revenge? What happened to Phantasy Star Online? Like, where are they at? Where's Crazy Taxi at?
Sega's even worse than Nintendo as their current state right now.
All the bad business decisions.
That's why I love Sega so much, because they are... When it comes to arcade games, that's why I was such a huge fan of the Sega Saturn, because a lot of those games was arcade-style games. A lot of those games were basically like 2D side-scroll, like arcade style. But it's like this. It's like this. Okay, if you want to do the PS1 versus the Sega Saturn, in which it is the same generation. Okay, which system would you rather play a Street Fighter game on, Sega Saturn or the PS1?
Saturn.
That's what I'm saying, because it was made for those type of games, because it was faster, more fluid.
Yeah, so some of the fighting games were better on the Saturn than it was on the PlayStation.
That's what I'm saying. You play the PS1 for the 3D type games. You play the Saturn for the arcade type games. Arcade, 2D side scroller. They both got their pros and cons. It's just Sega did so much stupid shit, and this is why they are in the position that they are now. I just love arcade style games, man. Virtual Cop. Remember that?
Yeah, that was fun.
That was fun. Like, I'm trying to tell you, like that's why I'm such a huge fan, because of that. They had like the best. If you got like a sibling, I got a brother. Like, they have like the best co-op games to play with your siblings. Sega. I know Nintendo. They love the whole couch co-op, but when it comes to Sega versus Nintendo, as far as couch co-op, Sega wins that by a long shot. They do. Streets of Rage.
Yes. Believe that.
May I go home? I could keep going on. Golden Axe. May I go on?
Exactly. On the NES, the competition between my brothers basically been Temple Bowl, and of course Super Temple Bowl blew that one out of the water. That was amazing. It was really hot competition out of that.
Yep. Man, when we turn to a retro conversation? We must have nothing to talk about. Oh yeah, we forgot to talk about Microsoft skipping Gamescom. Okay, I forgot. Damn, I knew we was forgetting. Oh, it's just me reminiscing, man. You know what? We should do a retro podcast, man. I'm being honest.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We should. We should. Might as well, because we was talking about the whole anime podcast. Me and Retro Bro, we went ahead and we done it. So, we got a few people that still came in. I know I get as many views, but I had like about 15 people watching, 15 to 20. It was okay.
Yeah. I wanted to join, but when I got off at work that time, I was just too tired to join. But
no, it's all good, man. It was just out of nowhere, because I was supposed to done it a long time ago, but I just never got across. It's just I just been busy, man, and right now I'm trying to still do my content, but my job, man, I'm working 50 hours a week, and 2 weeks later, I'm be working weekends too. I'm working 50 hours a week during the weekday, not weekends yet. We about to
Heck,
work weekends.
Yeah, because I just worked overtime this week because of Prime Week.
Oh yeah. So I'm still trying to get all this stuff out, but I don't know, man. It just been a busy week, man. I'm trying to do my content same time, trying to catch up on video. It's just I got so many damn video games to play. It's like this. You know how a lot of people are so worried about their gamer score and trophies. It just gets to a point that I don't care no more.
I just don't even care about that stuff anymore.
Yeah, I just play just for the hell of it. Just move on.
I've been stuck at 17,000 on my gamer score for about 2 months. I just don't care no more. It was one point I was just freaking beating everybody. I was just in my Xbox about 5 hours, 10 hours a day. It's just to a point I got so many games to play on all my systems. Like, who cares about this fucking gamer score? Who cares about trophies? Like, y'all know who started that shit last year. Y'all know about that shit, but we got other consoles to play, man. You don't need to be pleasing nobody.
Yep.
It's just so dumb that people judge you based on your gamer score or based on your trophies, that you play games. Well, did we get a gamer score on Nintendo Wii U? Did we get a gamer score on retro systems? No.
Nope.
No. So it's just funny on how people actually just freaking falling for that shit. But y'all know who started that shit, but ain't no big deal. Let's talk about some Microsoft, man. We've been talking about some Sega, some retro stuff, Nintendo, Pokemon Go. Let's talk about some Microsoft. They're going to miss Gamescom, and I believe that Sony's going to miss Gamescom as well, and Nintendo.
They're going to be there. They're going to have Zelda playable again.
But are they going to beat her? Like,
no. It's going to be just on the show floor.
See, so is anybody doing anything?
Not the big three, no.
Third parties are.
Yeah, third parties.
So when is the Gamescom anyway?
So August 17.
August 17. Okay, because that's supposed to be the second biggest event besides E3, so they better.
Yeah, they're usually in August.
Yeah. Xbox is going to be there for 4 days. They're going to have their booth set up. It's pretty much, instead of having a press conference, they're having their Fan Fest, which is essentially the same thing as Nintendo's Treehouse, where they're going to stream games. They're going to do it for 4 days. They're going to show all the games. I think they're showing all the games we saw at E3, and people can go on the show floor and play them on the new Xbox One S. And I think you can play the PC versions as well. So it's they're not really doing a press conference. I guess it's too close to E3. They have nothing else to show because they showed us a lot of shit that's coming out this year for Xbox. Sony definitely could have showed something here. Like they could have revealed the Neo at Gamescom, I think, because like Sony has nothing coming out for the rest of the year other than that fucking bird dog game. But they got nothing. This is a whole bunch of promises on Sony's end. But like,
I don't know what Sony doing. I know a lot of these Sony fanboys praising them for games that's gonna get.
They're praising them for games that are coming in like a year or two. Like, okay,
that's longer than a
year or 2 years from now. It's like,
it'll be great when we get them in a year or two. But as of right now, this holiday, Microsoft owns 2016 holiday season. They have the best games coming. They have new hardware. They have new controllers. Nintendo's got nothing. They got the only thing Nintendo's got is that NES Mini, which is cool. I'm gonna try and get one. But for their Wii U, they got nothing.
That's pretty sad.
For the 3DS, they got Pokemon, so that's good. And Sony's got literally nothing other than Bird Dog. But Microsoft, they own this year's holiday, and that's cool. I like to see that because Microsoft had a really fucking shitty first half of the year.
Yes, they
One
did.
exclusive title, and it's fucking July. And we've only had one exclusive title on the Xbox.
Well, and they got about 4 exclusives coming out this holiday.
We got ReCore in September, Gears of War in October. That's going to be awesome. They revealed the new Gears of War Special Edition console, which I don't like it, but some people will. And the
Blood Red.
Blood Red. It's too much red for me. But there's also a new. I think it's JD Phoenix themed controller. That one looks pretty good.
Yeah, it's like $200. I was like, sheesh.
No, it's not the Elite one. It's a normal controller.
Okay.
But it's silver and blue, and it has the Gears logo on it. And then there's also the Gears Elite controller, which is fucking $200.
Oh my!
That's a fuck that, man.
That shit is crazy.
Man, that's a lot of money. That's
I think the normal Elite controller looks cooler.
I mean, I enjoy my Elite controller, even though I paid less for it, but still, I was like, $200? Hell no.
Yeah, it's too much, but people are gonna buy it because it's a collector's item, so whatever. I personally, I would suggest getting the normal Elite controller, but that's just me.
Hell, yeah, normally controller costs too damn much. $150. Damn.
It's $150. Yeah, everyone who has it though, they say once you have it, you can't go back.
You know, I could do $150. I get to buy an Atari Jaguar, in which is rare. I could buy that and sell it for about $500 within a year or two. That's what I can do. Because not many of them where I live at, and I've been calling around for it, and you know, it's pretty pricey. But that's the path that I'm taking right now. That's the path I'm taking.
Heck, I could pretty much get an XI for almost that amount of money.
Yeah, it's a lot. Like obviously, it's a luxury item. You don't need it. You can just use a normal Xbox controller, which is, as far as I'm concerned, the best controller that came out this generation outside of the Elite controller. So you can still play that one. And what else do they have this year? They got Recore, Gears of War, Forza Horizon 3. That one looks really good.
Yeah.
And I think Halo 2 Wars coming out.
Oh yeah, Halo Wars 2. That was the other one. I don't really care about that one though.
Me neither.
You sure that's coming out in the spring?
Pretty sure that's no, that got pushed to February. Yeah.
Yeah, that got pushed to February, and Scalebound is in spring, I believe. Cause that was originally supposed to come out this year, but it got delayed, I think, to spring, maybe, or summer.
I thought there was
they're trying to get something got to fix before they release it.
Because I know Sea of Thieves is also 2017.
Yeah, of course, the Scorpio next year also.
I thought Sea of Thieves
Scorpio's next year. This year is the 1S. That's coming this holiday.
Yeah.
Okay, so with the Neo,
Killer Instinct Season 3 is coming this in August.
What about
Here's my question: are they still going to be selling the original Xbox? They're
going to phase that out eventually.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense because I was thinking like, why would you have 3 different Xbox Ones at first when I saw the press conference, but then the information sunk in and I was like, well, the Slim is probably gonna replace.
Yeah, it's gonna replace the normal one. Yeah.
Yeah. There's really no point of the original Xbox One with the Slim out and the Scorpio.
Unless you can find some crazy clearance price for like $200 or something. Oh, that's what it was. It's Dead Rising 4.
These people, they have to realize about this Slim. Okay, there's a reason why the Slim coming out. The Scorpio's gonna come out, a year later after the Slim. But if you like movies, if you like video games, you wanna play your movies in 4K, which you cannot do on the original Xbox One, you get a cheap Blu-ray player / video game console.
It's the cheapest 4K Blu-ray player on the market.
Yeah, because like Ultra Blu-rays could be the takeover.
Yeah, the Samsung 4K Blu-ray player is $399 and the Xbox is $299. So it's actually cheaper than a standalone Blu-ray player. It's crazy.
It's like this: if you're a casual gamer and you are a hardcore movie lover, Xbox Slim is your cheapest bet. So it's not even just that. The Scorpio is an enthusiast item. That's not a cheap console. Most people aren't going to be willing to drop $600-700 on a thing to play video games. That's why the Slim is still there for $300. Like, it's 2 different markets.
I have no problem with that because I did the same thing with the PS3 at launch. So,
Yeah, it's going to share the same market with the PS4 Neo and the regular PS4, Scorpio, and the regular Xbox One. It's going to be the same market. It's not going to be, well, you got sales of the PS4 Neo versus the PS4. It's the same. They're gonna put all that in the same category.
Most likely, they're just gonna bundle it together.
It's just gonna bundle together. That's all
because it's just an Xbox One on steroids.
Yeah.
Yes, all it is. I don't know why these people are thinking that everybody's gonna just put the Xbox One and PS4 to the side and just buy them a Scorpio and a PS4 Neo. It's not that simple. It's not that simple. It's a lot of money you have to fork over.
But do you think that over time, when the hardware gets cheaper and they're able to drop the price for the Scorpio and the Neo, that eventually those consoles will become the main focus over time, like 5 years from now?
Yeah.
In 5 years, of course
Yeah.
it will. Yeah.
Of course,
Well,
long
in
term.
5 years, we probably gonna be getting a PS5 and a
Because
Xbox
you
One.
look at it this way: in 5 years, the Scorpio will be the normal Xbox One, and there'll be Scorpio 2 by then.
Yep.
And then that'll be the upgraded one. And then the normal Xbox, it's kind of like PC. You can probably play it on the lowest settings, which would be the normal Xbox. And then eventually you're just going to get tired of that and upgrade eventually.
Well, just with the prices of these consoles, I'm thinking the Neo will probably be around 500, and the Scorpio will probably be around 600. They're
6 or
probably taking a
700.
loss. They're probably be taking a loss if they price it at
Yeah.
600 because it's a high.
Microsoft said they're working on a trade-in program as well for Xbox One owners to trade up to the Scorpio, but they haven't really given any details yet.
I'm pretty sure Phil Spencer's gonna do something that's consumer friendly.
Yeah, of course he is. Like, that's his whole thing. He wants to be the
Yep.
consumer-friendly, bring everyone on board guy, unlike
Yeah, 'cause,
Sony.
Ever since he took over for Don Matrix, I mean, heck, he cleaned a whole lot of shit up.
He fixed everything for the most part. That he could, anyways. Like, it's
He
a
still
completely
gets shit
different
on by a
console.
lot of media.
He did an amazing job.
He did the best he could.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, some of it's paid off. Look at the results he's done ever since he took over.
Yeah,
it's like-
perception of Xbox has changed. That was a huge issue, and people are actually enjoying the console. So he did a great job.
If he was there from day one, I think the sales gap would be a lot closer. I think the
Definitely.
Xbox One would be within 5 million.
Well, they
of the
wouldn't have
PS4.
done all that
Because that
TV
Kinect would never
nonsense
get
and
them.
DRM nonsense.
Yeah, I think the Xbox One would be within 5 to 2 million within the PS4. I think the PS4 still would have been the popular console, the console
Yeah,
of
because
choice.
it was cheaper. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think, no, I think he would have dropped the Kinect. You know, I think he would have sold it separately.
Or he might have at least
People
offered
just
both.
bought the PS4 based on hype. You know, I'm over thinking, is this PS4 really that much powerful than the Xbox One? Not a
not.
PS4. No, it's not that much powerful. Like, what is this? What the hype was about? Like, really?
It's not a huge difference if you
It's
have
not.
both
When
of the
you-
consoles.
Both
can't
and you
tell
play the game.
Not much.
It is a little bit better on some games on PS4, but for the most part, you can't really notice.
I'm playing Call of Duty Black Ops 3. I'm over. Okay, this looks like the same graphics on my Xbox One. I was playing Advanced Warfare. Like, what's the difference? And
You
the
gotta
PS4
be
is a
really
better
nitpicky
console.
to notice. But yeah,
Like-
Don Matrick, my God, that guy is a cancer.
He got fired from Zynga.
He got
too.
fired from Xbox, and then he got fired from Zynga for ruining them too.
Yeah.
Just don't hire this guy.
Don't hire this dude. He's a cancer.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He's not. He probably won't do great as a janitor. He's like, no, you're.
Oh damn, they quite fire his ass. Nah, he can't be a giant. He's too overqualified.
That's true.
Yeah, that what sucks about this economy. Like I remember when this recession hit, like a lot of people lost their jobs, and the field that they work in, that there was no jobs available, and when they tried to work at a local market or whatever, a pet store, just a job, they couldn't get it. It was too overqualified. I was like, man, that really sucks, man. That really sucks. Just because they got a educational background, like even though there's no work out there for them in their field, they can't even freaking find a regular job because I guess they want to keep that for the people they don't have degrees and stuff. That sucks, dude.
Yeah. But I feel like every generation, Sony kind of, Sony always finds a scapegoat. And it's kind of like this generation. It was the used games. It was, the DRM for Microsoft,
Right.
and they used that to their advantage. When it was the PS3, it was the power, it was the Blu-ray player, new technology. When it was the PS2, it was the DVD player, the cheapest DVD player. It sold like hotcakes because, let's be honest, the PS4 was not all that great. I mean, the PS2 was not all that great in the beginning. The launch lineup was terrible. The launch lineup. And then over time, the PS2 got better over time. But
The
in the
Xbox was
beginning,
a better console.
yeah, in the beginning, it wasn't, it was decent. Now with the PS4, like I said, if Microsoft did everything right, Phil Spencer was there, it would be a closer gap. Xbox would be within 5 million. The PS4 still would be.
If Phil Spencer would have took over from the original Xbox, I think it wouldn't be no competition, to be honest. because the original Xbox, yes, of course, it was a more powerful console. It had a DVD player, but you had to buy like a little peripheral for it to play it.
Adapter. Yeah.
Yeah, some of the adapter, I remember that it did not play burnt movies. You could play burnt movies on the PS2, so that's one advantage PS2. The only advantage that PS2 had on Xbox was DVD player. As far as online,
As the cheapest DVD player on the market at
yeah.
the time.
Yeah, as far as online,
That's what the Slim is doing this time around. They're the cheapest 4K Blu-ray player.
Yeah, and people just they're not looking at that. If you're a casual gamer, if you're a movie lover, the Xbox One Slim is the best console / DVD Blu-ray player for you. That's basically what it is. Only thing I didn't like
about it does Netflix and all the other stuff, and it'll play games. So
only thing I didn't like about the Slim is it's too many. It's too many freaking. It's too many of them. You got the 500 not 500.
Yeah, the 5. There should not be a 500 gig model. It should be 1 terabyte and 2 terabyte.
Yeah, just be 1 tera or 2 tera. Like the 500. Like we need to take the 500 gigabytes out.
Not enough space for these.
That's not enough. You can use that up in like 2 months, like I did.
Like,
so
you can put like 6 games, then the Xbox One will be full. On a 500 gig, it's pretty crazy.
And you get like 300 gigabytes because the rest is all.
Yeah, the OS takes up a lot.
Yeah.
I barely got my 4 games is taking up a lot here.
Yeah, like 4 to 6 big AAA games and your hard drive's full.
Like Witcher 3, Grand Theft Auto, and Fallout.
Halo's like 80 gigs now.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
See, like, the space isn't the problem. The problem is that you have to install the games on the hard drive.
Yeah.
Before you didn't have to do that. So
because the games are so big, they can't read it off the disc fast enough.
Yeah, you used to not have to do that. So 500 gigabytes would be perfect for the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
But these consoles is not.
I had a 120 gig 360. I never even blew through that.
Yeah.
Yes, here.
There's even a 4 gig 360.
Yeah, that one's pushing it though. You can't really do much.
But if I had the Slim, I had the 250 gig hard drive. I didn't fill that one up.
I guess that about wraps it. Oh yeah, I guess before we wrap it up, let's ask some questions before we wrap it up. Cause we really just talking out loud with nothing to talk about. All right, y'all guys that's in the chat, man. If y'all got some questions, whatever, just feel free to ask us, man. We'll answer the best way we possibly can. All right, let's get those questions, y'all. Come on, let's go. No Sega questions, hell.
No Sega. Okay, here's one already. What do you think is the best video game that came out this gen? This is from Capable Tie 7.
Oh, man.
That's tough. That's a tough one.
That's a tough one.
So you want to do one for each brand or one in general?
Okay, how about this? One from each genre.
All right, good.
How about the best action adventure, the best RPG, the best sports? Well, I don't do sports.
For me, best action adventure, Rise of the Tomb Raider. I love that game.
The best RPG, Witcher 3. That's mine.
Witcher 3.
For me, Xenoblade Chronicles X, because I have not played The Witcher 3, and I do not have time for it.
Dude, I like Xenoblade like you, but Witcher 3.
Witcher 3, you put so much time into it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I put 300 hours into Xenoblade. I don't want to do that with The Witcher. I don't want to spend that much time on one game again. I have so many fucking games to play.
What other? Horror. What's the best horror game?
You guys didn't say your action games.
I did say my action.
Rise of Tomb Raider.
I go with Tomb Raider too.
Oh, okay, we're all Tomb Raider. Okay.
Uncharted 4
it
was
good. It was mediocre.
Uncharted 4 was good, but I think it wasn't better than the last 3.
It was not a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sony
I
paid.
think Uncharted 2 was better than that.
No, they paid him to give him the high score.
Yeah, Uncharted 2. Oh yeah, Uncharted 2. Now that was really good.
Was kind of
I love Uncharted 2.
Yeah, 2 was awesome. But 4.
Okay. What's our best horror game? You got Resident Evil Revelations 2. You got The Evil Within. What's that Sega game? Aliens Isolation. What else? Not many horror.
Zombie U.
Oh my
They don't
God.
care. I'm gonna go with Evil Within. I think that's the best survival horror game this generation. I loved it. It's the same. It's the same makers from Resident Evil
Yeah,
4.
just how they just love that challenge. Of course, that difficulty is there. But
I liked Resident Evil Revelations 1. The first time I played that was on the Wii U, so
That's last
I'm gonna count that as this gen because I played it on the Wii U.
God, are you serious?
I don't play that many horror games. I don't enjoy them that much.
Metro Light, Last Light. I
That was last gen too, though.
played it. That is a awesome survival horror game. It's a first-person shooter. It reminds me of Fear 1 and 2. It reminds me. It gives me that vibe. I love those type of games.
yeah.
Even though it's not this generation. I think that was from last generation. It was really a remastered version from last generation.
Yeah.
But I love that game. It came with 2 games. You got Metro Last Light, and you got Metro.
And Redux.
What's the other one?
2033.
Yeah, 2030 something. But they both was awesome, man. But like I said, I think the Evil Within is the best survival horror game this generation.
So far,
So far.
yeah.
So far,
We haven't seen what, even though I've seen what the Resident Evil 7 looks like, but it's still the same kind of game like 5 and 6.
Right.
But
Here's a question. Why are Sony fanboys so delusional about their plastic box?
Because they have no friends. That's why.
They have no life either. They have no life either.
They got no friends, no life, no wife, just a box.
Oh my gosh. I didn't say that. Alex said it.
I did say it. I hate you, ponies. Shut your damn mouths. All right. Okay. What about best sports game? You guys play any sports games?
I haven't played sports
NBA
games.
2K.
Okay. For me,
I'll give it a 2K. I'll give it a 2K.
I'll go WWE 2K16.
And guess what 2K came from? Sega.
Yeah.
Okay, calm down.
I'm not Sega they used to make the best games. Yeah.
Oh, they used to.
But they
Okay,
sold them for like virtually nothing. In
all right, this will be
2005.
the biggest one. Best shooting game this gen.
Oh. That's a tough one. It's too many of them.
We'll get a lot of FPS games.
Oh man. Damn, I don't even. Okay, what kind of shooter? Third person or first person?
First. I'll do first,
First
then third person, I guess. There wasn't really that many third-person shooters, though.
Yeah.
I did. Okay. I did enjoy Titanfall for a little bit. I played it a lot, but I got bored off of it.
Yeah,
But
me too.
I did enjoy it for a few weeks. It was a really good game, good concept, but it was lacking a lot.
Somebody
I
says
guess for me, it'd be Halo 5. Although I don't really like the campaign of Halo 5, it was okay, but the multiplayer for Halo 5 is really fun.
Are you talking about multiplayer? Okay, damn, we need to break this down. Okay, as far as multiplayer or campaign?
Well, if you want strictly campaign, then Wolfenstein.
Wolfenstein, yes.
Yeah.
Wolfenstein got the best campaign. Oh, dude, Doom!
Oh, Doom was
Yo,
amazing.
Doom.
It was
Actually,
amazing.
Doom!
I think I still had more fun with Wolfenstein, though. For just the
It's
campaign.
the same makers from Bethesda.
Yeah, they're both Bethesda. Bethesda makes really good single.
Honestly, I really don't know what to choose because I had a really good time.
I had fun with both though. They're so different because like, Wolfenstein is so story heavy, and Doom there's literally no story. It's just go around killing demons, but it's so fucking fun.
It is fun. It's I don't know what to say because I told you last year, Alex, you should play Wolfenstein, but you never listened to me until you finally bought it. I told you
that game is so good.
I wouldn't listen to me. I said Wolfenstein is the best first-person shooter game this generation. Nobody believed me.
Yeah. Doom's multiplayer is garbage though.
Yeah.
Honestly, people bought it just for the campaign.
Yeah, I bought it just for the campaign. It was a lot of fun. I guess.
Even though I do like
ran a little
Titanfall, but okay, I'm gonna have to change. I'm gonna have to change. I'm gonna have to go with Halo because Warzone's probably the best.
Mm-hmm.
I love it very much. The campaign wasn't as good as Halo 4, but I think Halo 5 got the best multiplayer this generation.
Yeah, easily.
Easily.
And the best part is the content's not even locked on the disc. They just keep giving you more. It's amazing.
I wonder why.
No, I wonder why. I don't know. Best third-person shooter? We didn't really have that many so far.
Yeah,
I know we
it's
got
mostly
Gears
been
coming.
first person.
I guess it'd be Gears Ultimate Collection if you can count that.
I don't know if you want to count that. That's not its last generation.
Well, it's a full remaster though.
Maybe we ought to have that as another like what's the best remastered game or something.
Okay, yeah. All right, so no third person guy. I can't remember
I
any.
really can't think of none. I will say Division, but
Well, I
nah.
guess actually, yeah, you can do Splatoon for best third person because that was a third person shooting game.
Oh yeah, that show was
Yeah,
that.
I'll put Splatoon. Splatoon was fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can't really think of much, but I think Splatoon. Whenever Gears come out, I'll change my mind.
yeah.
But
Gears
Splatoon did
Gears
have.
4 will obviously be better, but at least for now, Splatoon can be
Yeah, I bet the-
best third person shooting game. What other kind of genres? RPG. We did RPG.
yeah, action
Action.
adventure,
We
we did
did.
horror. We don't really not much of us play sports. What
Yeah.
else? I will say JRPGs, but we don't got a week.
I can't just put that together, I guess. I guess that's it.
Take a couple more questions. We're gonna end it. Couple more
Oh,
questions.
fighting game.
Honestly, I really haven't played many fighting games this
I
generation.
don't play them either. It's the genre. I don't know if you guys played it.
I'm gonna buy Street Fighter 5 pretty soon. I've been wanting to play Street Fighter for a while, but I sure as hell we're gonna get ripped off. I'm telling you that. I ain't gonna get ripped off.
Yeah,
Now GameFly is cheap. It's like $20 over there.
Well,
that's
really.
true.
All right,
What other questions are in here?
Why are you buying retro consoles? You run out of games to play. Why buy the NES Mini? You buying the NES Mini? I'm not buying the NES Mini because I'm going to buy the original NES pretty soon.
I want one just for the novelty of owning one. So I think
Well,
it's
as
just a cool little
far
toy.
as far as me not having many games to play, I got a shitload of games to play. I just been bored to be honest. Just been bored. I just want that nostalgia back, man. That's what I wanted. But I'm gonna get back on Witcher 3. I was it last weekend. I put in over 20 hours last weekend, and I still got a long way to go in that game.
Oh wow.
So many games to play on the PS1 and the Xbox One. But I just have to take a mental break and just I just been watching anime. I've been watching a lot of anime, so I can't do everything at once. I'm an anime lover and I love video games and I love retro games. It's just so much to play. I just can't. I can't keep up with these new games no more. I'm sorry. I can't keep up. It's so many. I can't, man. People thinking that we have to play every game that comes out. I'm sorry, man. I have a life. I have a job. I have a family. I can't do it, man. I can't. That's why I don't care about my gamer score no more. I don't care about my trophy. I don't care. I really don't. I don't care no more. Okay.
Another one on here is pretty good. I'm planning on getting an Xbox One S. Should I get the 2 terabytes or would the 1 terabyte be enough?
2 terabytes.
1 second. I am selling that dog shit Wii U. Okay, that is also from Capable Tie 7. Good choice, by the way. Getting rid of the dead console for a new console. I would suggest 2 terabyte. These consoles fill up very quickly, and I think the price difference is $50, so it's definitely worth getting the 2 terabyte.
And plus, you can't replace the Xbox One hard drive. You can add external hard drives like a USB or a
you
solid
can
Go for the externals.
do a 4 terabyte external hard drive into a USB slot if you want to do that. If you want to save some money up front, you could get the 1 terabyte and buy an external drive later. But if you don't want to deal with externals, then just get the 2 terabyte.
Yeah, I recommend it too because these consoles fill up really fast, man.
Yeah.
And it's not like how it was with the 360 and PS3. If just think we had 500 gigs on the PS3, Xbox 360. That would have lasted us for
That
a
would
while.
never fill up.
Yeah, you can see with PS4, I mean, there's still a hard drive. You can only back up your game saves.
Yeah. Is that it?
I'm trading in my garbage PS4 for a dog shit Wii U. Which game should I buy?
You said cool.
Bayonetta 2 is really good. Xenoblade Chronicles X, Mario Kart, and Smash.
This coming from Robert Gamera. Hey, real game. What's your thoughts on marijuana?
Kind of off topic there, buddy.
I'm sorry, man. It was a distraction, man. Well, hey, I'm not gonna lie. I smoked it before. Everybody smoked when they was a teenager, but hey, It is what it is, man. I work. I can't put my family at risk. I can't put my house at risk if I do something stupid. If I get randomly drug tested, if I fail, it means I lost a job. So that's my thoughts. I'm not gonna do nothing stupid to jeopardize my family's freaking welfare.
Yeah, their well-being. Yeah.
Yeah, because we don't want you in divorce court.
I forgot what that question was now. Oh, what Wii U game should he get?
Bayonetta 2.
Yeah, I don't know. Bayonetta.
Oh, dude, we didn't mention Bayonetta 2.
What?
It's one of the best games of this generation.
Yeah.
Hack and slash. We didn't say which was the best hack and slash game.
I guess you'd have to cut up action and adventure separately because Bayonetta's an action game. Rise of the Tomb Raider is more of an adventure game.
Yeah.
I would split it that way, I guess. Yeah.
Right.
Other than that, there's Bayonetta, Xenoblade, Mario Kart, Smash Brothers. That's
Splatoon.
Yeah, Splatoon is good. There's 5, 6 games maybe worth buying on the console. The rest are kind of whatever. You don't really need to play them.
It's like this. If you haven't got a Wii U yet, it's a good time to get it. I'm pretty sure
if you never played Wind Waker HD is really good. Twilight Princess HD was pretty good.
I never owned a GameCube to now, and when Wind Waker HD came out, it was like $50, so it was new to me, and I love that game. It's like one of the best.
It's really good.
I love it.
Other than that, I can't really think of any off the top of my head that were must-play games for the Wii
U. Rayman Legends.
That's on everything though.
Well, it's the superior version though.
Yeah. 3D World was good.
3D World's good, but I wanted that Mario 3D game that we've been wanting.
Yeah.
It's basically a platformer game with 3D elements, basically.
3D World is decent, but it's not the Super Mario game that I want.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people say. I actually had a lot of fun with 3D World, but most people say the same thing. It was good, but it's not what they wanted.
Well, that's what Nintendo been doing, giving us a lot of shit that we did not want. That's the problem. That's basically what's been going on, man. It sucks, man. But I guess that's it, man. I guess we'll do this again next week. Matter of fact, I'm over here thinking about doing a retro podcast next Thursday. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
It depends on next week. If there's not much gaming topics, I'll probably just be like, no, fuck gaming for the week. We're gonna go straight retro. I'm not sure how y'all guys feel about that.
You want to just talk retro stuff?
Just retro only. It depends on if there's not much gaming news next week. Depends.
We'll see.
If there is a lot of gaming news, then we probably still do the podcast. Maybe I could do another podcast another day, a retro podcast. I'm just trying to see if y'all on the board, we could try to set some up.
Yeah, I'm definitely down for it.
I'm down for it because I love retro gaming.
You can show us all the retro stuff you got.
You know what? Maybe we gotta do it on camera next time. Show what we got. I don't know if y'all have anything.
I got a video when I had after I'm done with it.
I did a video when I had the Saturn, but
the Saturn's kind of expensive.
Yeah,
kind of expensive.
I was lucky to get mine. I mean, it came with 3 games, got a controller, but the only thing I probably need to buy is the memory card, so I can play the imports.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that store I went to, it has a lot of imports, man. I was like, man, this is crazy. Matter of fact, I did a little video. I did a little video. Maybe I might share it with y'all.
Yeah, I'd be great. I wouldn't see it.
I might do it again because there's a few stuff that I did not put on there. But man, they had everything from the Commodore 64, the Atari Jaguar, the Atari 25 or 2600. It's one of them. They had a lot of shit, man. A lot of old games.
Yeah.
They had a lot of shit. They even had the Sega. Which one?
The CDS.
SG 1000.
SG 1000. Wow.
Yes, they had an SG 1000. That was before the Sega Master. They had a lot of shit, dude. Like,
I mean, this,
when I stepped foot in that store, I was like, oh my god, this is nice. It's like gamer's dream, especially if you're an old school gamer. They of course they had
yes.
new stuff. They had Xbox One, PS4 games. They had all that shit. They had everything in there, dude.
Oh hell, I mean,
So yeah.
the local store I went to, they even had the first two Odysseys. I was like, damn, and even the Channel F.
Oh
I was like, that's the most. I mean, the first Odyssey, the Channel F, that was like before my time.
damn, that's crazy. So, like I say, man, we're gonna. I guess. I'm gonna let y'all know how we're gonna do this. I'm gonna try to get some more people. You know, if like I say, if there's not much gaming news next week, I'm gonna try to get enough of the guys so we can actually do a podcast. Reminiscing on the games back in the day. You know, I will do it. If I won't do it next Thursday. It's going to be another time. I'm going to do it because, yes, it's my passion now. Retro gaming is my passion. Retro Sundays is the new thing on my channel. Right now, I'm working on. If somebody out there, if you're good at freaking doing intros and stuff, if you're good at that shit, I need help because I'm trying to get a new cool intro and get some cool stuff on my channel. I'm not sure if any of y'all good at that shit. I'm trying to I guess redefine my intros. I guess the intros that y'all been seeing on my channel, I'm trying to get rid of that. I'm trying to add some I'm trying to remix it and add some retro stuff along with it, if y'all know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know a little video editing because like I was gonna do something like that for Throwback Thursday. Yeah.
I suck at video editing, man. I suck at it, and I ain't got time to try to study this for hours, man. I'm just being honest. But I am looking for somebody that's good at that. I even actually would pay if somebody actually give me a good freaking if they give me a good freaking intro. And I'm working on a new channel banner too. I'm trying to make this channel for everybody. Retro gamers, new school gamers, everybody.
Oh, I think I have somebody for you, but I see the link on Twitter and stuff. She did a little thing for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she did like some gamer overlays. She do stuff like for YouTube, like for your channel, stuff like that, intros, stuff like that. I give her the link.
Okay. I appreciate that. But I guess before we wrap this bad boy up, is there anybody else want to have anything to throw out there before we end the podcast?
No,
We're good.
Oh, damn, a 15-year-old got hit by a car playing Pokemon Go. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's the bitch I was talking about. She ran across the highway.
Oh, are you serious?
She ran across the fucking highway, not looking where she's going, and got hit by a goddamn car, and then she blamed the game for her not looking at the road. Like, get out of here.
Oh,
You're 15 years old. You should know how to look before you run across the fucking street. Get out of here.
Well, you can't sue Nintendo for that.
Nope.
I guess before we get out of here, let me go and name the names that was in the chat. GU King of Heart, EJ Johnston, Ruby Sakurai, Dave J, Lewis Bird, Killer E305, Dozer Boy 3, the one named Shadow, Dr. Blue, Slim the Gamer, Son of a Mitch, Justin Lewis, Show Your Moves, Zero Phoenix Knight, Capable Ty 7, Soul Navarro, Eddie Jr. I really appreciate all of y'all. I really hope I got everybody. If I didn't get your name, I apologize. I'll get you next time. Just let me know in the chat if I did forgot you. I'm pretty sure some of y'all are watching, but not in the chat. It just happens every week. But like I say, who else watching it? I really appreciate y'all support. We'll do it again next Thursday. If I'm not too busy this weekend, or maybe early next week, maybe I might just drop a like I was saying a while ago, just drop a retro podcast. If y'all are in retro gamers, if y'all are old school gamers like us, man, just come and join us. We're gonna have a lot of fun and just memories back in the 80s, 90s, early 2000s, man. The games back then, man, like the games of today, they don't even hold a candle to the games of freaking 15, 20 years ago. I'm talking about the fun factor, man. It was a joy to be around that time. If you're a teenager, you don't know what real gaming was, man. All y'all doing is playing fucking graphics right now. That's all y'all doing.
That's before online games became popular.
But all right, I guess it's Matthew Price, what's up, man? I didn't see you. What's up, man? I guess that's the last person I see that's in the chat. But I guess let's go ahead and get our outros out the way. I gotta go to bed. Gotta work another 10 tomorrow. I'm fucking tired. All right, it's gonna go with you guys. Yeah, try.
What is going on, people? Active Sin here. We had some good times today, as we always do on the Real Talk with the Real Gamer. I'm gonna jump out of here, go get some late night Pokemon Go going. I'm gonna avoid those streets. I don't want to get stabbed, but we'll see what goes
Try
on.
not to get killed.
I'm gonna try not to get killed. It's still sunny outside a little bit, so I should be okay.
All right, man. All right, it's gonna go with your Sinister Tar Heel.
Yeah, what's up, everyone? Sister Tar Heels. It's always cool coming to this podcast, especially talking retro games, and hoping continue on with the throwbacks and stuff like that. That's all I got.
I appreciate you, man. Last but not least, it's gonna go to George, aka Team Everything.
What's up, everybody? It's George from Team Everything here. Man, hope you guys all enjoyed this cast. We talked about a lot of topics: Nintendo, Microsoft, a little bit of Sega, a little bit of retro gaming. We covered every topic. I hope to be on here next time. Thank you, everyone.
I appreciate you, buddy, man. All right.
Thanks.
All right, y'all know what it is, man. It's your boy ReGame27, and like I say, next week, same time. I know I was a little late today, but I was just trying to get everything together, get my notes and everything, because honestly, I wasn't even prepared today, because I hadn't even been in the gaming world these past few days. I had to get some help from Alex them. I just now know about this Pokemon Go situation today. I just been so damn freaking tired. But like I said, man, next week, same time. Retro Gaming Podcast. I will let y'all know. Just matter of fact, Sunday I'm doing my Retro Sunday, so I will let y'all know. Give y'all some details on when I'm gonna do a retro podcast. Matter of fact, it's the best time to do it. It's the best time to mention it, especially if I'm doing my Retro Sunday. So I will let y'all know Sundays. But like I say, I appreciate y'all for sticking with the Real Game. Appreciate y'all for y'all support. Thank y'all for keeping that chat alive. And I guess after that, our podcast is done. Peace out.
Yeah.